Sometimes when I get on my computer and I open up Facebook and I read all the updates of people I know well, people I'm just acquainted with, people who are just figures in the world of music and art that I like to know what's happening with their lives and their world. I start to read all these updates and I think, whoa, I'm not doing enough. Look at these people, look at what they're doing. They're doing amazing things. I'm not doing enough, I need to do more. But then I go back and I look at my own page and think, well, I'm doing some stuff. I'm doing some great things. It's maybe not as cool as what that guy's doing. That guy's flying somewhere every 2 days and working with choirs all over the world, and he is a person of consequence. What am I doing? And so that's a pitfall, I think, of social networking. It's a really good thing to use to tell people about what you're doing, to use it to market what you're doing, to use it to find ideas, to spread ideas, and to have conversations. But when we start using it as a keep up with the Joneses kind of thing, that's when we're going to get into trouble. I know a lot of people use it that way. I'm not saying that it shouldn't be used that way, but as a consumer of social networking status updates, I have to be careful with myself and limit myself, honestly, sometimes to not reading too much during the day, or otherwise I think I'm really not doing enough. Because when you have 800 Facebook friends and they're all telling you what they're doing, of course you're not going to feel like you're doing enough, because that's 800 people piling on top of each other being amazing. And you're only one person being amazing. Then there's the idea, should I post it on Facebook? Should I post it on Twitter? Should I market this? And I think the old adage needs to be updated. If a tree falls in the forest and nobody's there to hear it, does it make a sound? I think now it's, if the tree falls in the forest and you don't post it on Facebook, has it actually fallen? But where's the proof? Quick, take the Instagram, put the hipster filter on it, post it on Facebook, and only then has it really happened. And that's where Facebook has kind of taken our society, I think, is if you go to the theater and you don't tweet about it immediately, or you don't take a picture of your program and post it on Facebook immediately, and you don't tag all the other people that are in the building with you, then what you've done that evening isn't considered important. But it's only not considered important in the Facebook realm. I know people who are adamantly anti-social networking, and I understand why they are. But their world reflects completely differently. They don't feel like it hasn't happened because they didn't post it on Facebook, or they don't feel like if the play they're in isn't getting good Facebook coverage, then it's not a worthy production, because they don't care about Facebooks. They're creating their sense of success in the realms that we all used to create our sense of success. What people are saying to us after the show, the letters and the comments we get, the phone calls we get. But people don't make those phone calls and they don't write those letters anymore. They most often post on Facebook. And so if you're not in the Facebook realm, you're not getting the kind of feedback you used to. It used to be you'd wait for the review to come out and that was the end-all be-all. Now you wait for somebody to make a comment on Facebook and then you like it and you hope 14,000 other of your friends like it. And then that creates a buzz. And I think Facebook is really good for creating a buzz, but you cannot use it to decide whether or not you are a person of consequence in the art world. I think that if you get caught up in whether or not it looks good to the outside world, then you've lost your art. I think it's really good to use Facebook and social networking to talk about your art, but it's not good to judge what other people think about your art by what kind of buzz you're getting on Facebook. Certainly, if you're trying to sell tickets to something, Facebook is really, really important. But if you're trying to decide whether what you're doing is worthwhile, and you only got 2 likes on Facebook and you think, oh, what I'm doing isn't worthwhile, then you've kind of gone off the beaten path. Because it shouldn't be what you use it for. It is what a lot of people use it for. I did something great because 45 people liked it on Facebook. Yeah, maybe, but if only 32 people liked it, is it less great? So be really, really careful how you judge reactions on your social networking. And be sure to create your art first, and then post about it on your social networking. But only post about it on your social networking to point back to the art. Don't let the social networking reaction determine whether your art is quality. So don't try to be a person of consequence in the social networking realm. Be a person of consequence in the art world, and then if the social networking realm reflects that, that's great. But it's over here in the art world that's important. Be a person of consequence here, make a difference here, and then if people talk about it on Facebook, They talk about it on Facebook. And if they don't, they don't, you know? The tree still fell. Have a good week.